Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel Twitter Things. Today in this video, we are going to see prompt engineering. So using ChatGPT, so we are going to see how the prompt engineering, the concepts it deal with prompt engineering. We are going to see. So from past 1 year, ChatGPT has seen a number of domain people are using ChatGPT day by day. So there are so many of users which are tremendously using ChatGPT for daily day-to-day tasks. So to get desired outputs from ChatGPT, we have to give a certain relevant inputs, so certain statements in order to get a resultant or appropriate inputs. So giving that question, or we call it as a prompt. So learning what kind of prompts we can give to ChatGPT to get a better results is called as a prompt engineering. So we are going to see this concept in very detailed manner in this video. So don't skip any part, watch this video till end so that you will never miss any part. And then again, subscribe to my channel for many more videos related to AIs and every details about ChatGPT in upcoming videos. So I have already made a video on generative AI. So Gen AI for beginners by Tutor Things. You can type it in the YouTube search bar. You will get that video. So in that video, I have given the history or how this generative AI came into existence, like ChatGPT kind of thing. So what is the history behind it, and how slowly and what are the technologies they are having at the back end to get this generative AI for us in the finger tap. So basically it starts with artificial intelligence, and then for machine learning, and then they go on for deep learning. So where systems can predict, classify and cluster, so which is not up to mark, they have added this natural language processing kind of thing, like it can process what you are talking in a natural language, like how human being naturally interact with you. In the same way, system is gonna interact with you. So that type of processing is involved in these models. So they are called as a generative predefined models. So they will understand and generate the content for you, so based upon the large language models, so that should be trained up, right? So for example, if you ask any student about anything, he might have answered you in a manner up to the knowledge which we have. Maybe if he is a fifth standard kid, his answer will be different. If he is a BTech standard student, graduate student, for example, his answer to be different for your question. So it will be trained on particular level, up to particular level, or up to some parameters. So based upon that, it will answer your questions. So this generative AI will work on this LLMS slash language models. So what the use of these models means, it will generate you, classify you, and summarize for you, and for rewrite for you, and search for you, or extract for you. So for example, to search or extract, if you have given a paragraph, if you ask the verbs used in the paragraph or the persons involved in the paragraph, so in the story or likewise, it will give you any answer which you are going to answer, ask that AI. So in recent times, we have seen some of the applications available online as a free, or some are paid or subscripted AIs available in market for different domains. Coming to text domain, we have like Chat GPT, or we call it as a GPT-3, which is a free for all the users. So previously it was up to limited to developers only. Now everyone can use that. So paid version of that is ChatGPT 4, like GPT-4, and 3.5 is also available. So these are the things which you have seen in writing domain, like Jasper and Copy AI, Writesonic, so Content Board.ai. These are the different AIs for creating content. For example, if you're a blogger, you can get content from these domains. Or if you're a YouTuber, you no need to have to go for a copywriter, paid copywriter. You can create your own content by using these AIs. And for imaging designing, we have Midjourney, Lensa, and this things. And next, speech and voice editing videos, we have different kind of AIs available in market. And for code generation, for software developers or any coding domain, we have Tab9, Reply, Deep Code, and Copilot, and Mutable.ai. For others also, like music composition and animation kind of things, we can do by using other AIs available in the market. So like this, everyone can use AI for any of the purpose. You can see AI in social media usage, in medical, and then in different industries. Not as it is not limited to a particular industry or particular only programmers or only students. Not like that. Everyone can use these AIs for their needs. And you can watch this video to get much more clarity on this history of AI, Gen AI. And then we'll have this chat for LMS, which are the companies having Microsoft is having ChatGPT 3.5, which is an LLMS, that's large language model. From that we have this ChatGPT. So data predefined on large amount of data, these models got trained. So on the different types of parameters, this varies. So next, Google have LAMDA lambda, which is how bard we know. By Google we have this bard. And then other Meta also having their own LLMS models, and other companies are having those models. So these are the common models which we have seen. Now we are going to discuss about chat gpt, or GPT 3.5, sorry 3. So it is released by OpenAI. Previously, it was limited to only developers, and then they have given opportunity for everyone to use the free AI. So it has trained on 175 billion parameters and over 45 TB of data. It has trained for GPT-3. And then it's a conversational, like if you ask a question, it will be give you answer, like conversational LLM. So basic interface will be there by OpenAI. Here you can see two interfaces will be available for ChatGPT. One is normal ChatGPT OpenAI, where you can open in your mobiles also or web also. So where you will having interface like a chatbot. So where you can ask a question, you get a resultant outputs. You can copy that or use that thing. And then again we have a playgrounds. So OpenAI playground, you can go and Google it, like playgrounds OpenAI. You can get a window like this. So where you will have a playground, and then you will be having some options to select different types of parameters, like what type of model you want to set. You can set a model. So that model is LLM, large language models, like that's one of the model. And next, temperature and top P are the two values which we have to remember. uh, Based upon these modal differences or temperature and the stop P, the resultants will be varied. So that thing will slowly I explain you in this video itself. So let's see other slide. So yeah, prompt engineering, as I said you, right? So what type of question to be asked to an AI is called as a prompt. So that is nothing but a set of inputs or prompts to a AI engine. We call it as a prompt. So this prompt should be a sufficient information, right? So if you are telling anyone your problem, you should be clear. So you should give a correct input so that you can get a desired outputs. The same with a Google browser. You can see, go and Google it. Like not, maybe you haven't used it, like some experts may have used, like some symbols will be there. So using that symbols, your outputs may vary. So if you Google anything like give me an interview questions for a software engineering, if you have given such a result, so search bar, give your a question to a Google. So you will get so many sites having this number of questions or list of questions. So you can specify from a particular site, I want site column name of the site from this site, or from this tutor things YouTube channel. So for example, in YouTube also, I have told you, right? So you can type generative AI for beginners by tutor things. You can get those results at the top. So instead of having numerous results, you can specify your particular thing so that you can customize your input, right? So that you will get specific results. The same thing happens with Gen AIs, that is ChatGPT also. So depending upon the prompt which you are giving, like input which you are giving, your response will be varied. So that input question we call it as a prompt, which is in a natural language, or it may be a code which is a normal usable language, that can be English or Tamil or Telugu or Hindi or anything, any language you can give. Answer we called as a completion. Completion is nothing but a response which we are getting for a particular prompt. That may be a text correction, or a corrected text, or summarized text, or a new code. or any edited code, or like images you can get from some particular AIs. So these are the completion we call it as. So we are getting we are getting an answer from a question, but who is responding here? The model is responding. The model is responding to the prompt with the response or completion. So you are giving a prompt and model is giving you the response. So we have a GPT-3 model. So GPT-3 will be a code and text completions. So it will give only text answers or code answers only. So it will not give image as a completion, like image answers will not see in the GPT-3 because it's a conversational, and that too text and code completions only. We have other AIs, Dell E2, and we have Audiologigram Data AI, or different AIs in market for image as a completion. So for example, how this prompt will look like: just a question, simple question, tell a joke or tell me a joke, or give me a list of questions which comes as in a digital engineering paper, or what are the questions can be asked as a full stack developer, or give me a paragraph about chat gpt, like that you can ask any prompt. Sure, your completion will be there. Completion will be if you ask a joke, it will give joke as a completion, or if you ask him as a suggestion. For example, I was confused to choose which branch after my intermediate. You can ask suggestions like that. So it will give you like suggestions. If you are interested in so and so, you can join this, like that it will give you suggestions. Or if you give your interest, it will give you this will be suit for your interest, like that. So it will give you the answer. For example, not only like that, you can make a conversation like, hi, how are you? It will respond you in another manner. So this is called prompt, and that is called a completion, that a response can be of any type. So that response we called as a completion. So this is called prompts. And next we'll see some more examples. Prompt examples we have, like write a program to compute factorial, we can ask. Or can you generate a random number, we can ask. And next you can give examples also, like previous joke you have told, right? So I like joke, tell me one more. So like that you can ask, like give an example to that AI so that it will understand, give you the same kind of results. And next data as optional, you can provide him the data. You can give an example like, give me a word, user biscuit. Give me a word like biscuit. The AI will give the similar word are related to the word, that is a jam. If user given as a tree, AI will give you as leaves. So related information or related data it will give if you provide the data. So these are some examples in as a we can give as a prompts. So but why we have to learn a prompt engineering? It is quite simple, right? So no need to learn much about it. We know, if you know the simple English, we can give the prompts like similar way. So no, so it is a large language model, it trained on different parameters, right? So if you ask your AI about write a paragraph about space, if you ask about the space, it will give you in the it will give much content. So if you don't want that much content, you want the important points from that content only. So no need of the 30 lines of code you want about space. You want only important points. Or so for example, if you want how many people have entered space till now, like that. Or more concise or specific if you want, it will not able to generate you by giving simple English. You should give your prompts in a manner that you will get exact results. For example, if you have given tell me about apple, like that. So apple is a fruit, it will tell you something like that. But you want to know like which vitamins are present in apple, like that. In a medical concept you want to know. So it will not give you like that. It will give you the results which the AI can able to give. But to get the desired outputs, you should give your prompt in a good fashion, right? So only if the model understand your requirement, it will produce the output we desire. It is an art. So you have to give a prompt in a natural language or spoken language that AI should understand. So learning prompt engineering is much important, because for example, consider as a software developer. So some companies will give you some paid AIs or paid subscriptions, for example. you will be having like a limited number of attempts, or maybe limited time they will be giving. You have to complete that code at that time. So if you are not aware of giving prompts in a correct manner, you will be end up losing your time and effort, right? So if you are good at giving the prompts in a good manner, so that you will getting the results in within less time, or you can save your time, or you can save your effort, right? So for example, I will tell you, like, give me a Python code, you have mentioned, but it is not up to mark, like again you have to go and check with them, like that. So if you mention everything, like I have to include validations also, or I want to I want these particular specifications, or if your prompt is that much clear, it will include everything, exception handling, and validating the input, and getting the input from the user. So all these step, what are the steps you want, everything what you want in your output, you should mention that in your prompt. So then only AI will understand what your requirement is and what you are expecting from that. So until unless you specify, it will not understand, right? So in the same way, explain, asking question to a human being, how much important, how clearer your question should be. So the same way AI should be understandable your prompt only if it is clear and very informative. So the factors which determine your response is optimal or not is your intent and your content, and if there is any additional information, and the parameters which you have discussed previously, a temperature and top I have said you, right? And the model or latest models which you have set, based upon that the results may vary. And next, a pattern you can mention, like what type of pattern you are expecting for the particular input, so the output will be expected pattern will come. So this, because of getting correct results, we need prompt engineering, and learning this prompt engineering and building career in this prompt engineering, having a huge career future ahead, and getting good space in nowadays. So hope you will get the things better in from my video. So let's see the next, each and everything. So intent, content, everything we will see each and every in detail. So prompt intent, so intention is to be clear, right? So what output you have to get, first you have to be clear about it, right? So until unless you are clear, the AI will not able to understand your question, and then it will not give you the resultant outputs. So your intent should be correct. So for example, I want to know about ChatGPT. You can type like, what is ChatGPT? Tell me about it. So it will give a paragraph, but you are not understandable. It is at a high level, so you are not understandable. For example, you can give like this, like give me an introduction about ChatGPT, because as I am a beginner to it, or add some few examples to it, or like that. You can add some more specific prompt, so that your purpose will be got satisfied, and your resultant will be up to mark. Okay. So here is a normal example. Hello, how are you? He will you get the resultant from AI. So this is a conversational AI, which is an AI assistant, which is a helpful, creative, clever, and very friendly. So intent should be clear. The one point which you have to remember is your goal and purpose that a user has within the context of the conversation with the AI model. And next, context. Context must be provided to the direct the model towards the correct or narrower output. To get the correct output, your context should be clear. For example, open context will be there, narrow context will be there. So open context is just telling them, like, summarize the text over. Like write a code in Python that calculates the simple interest. It's a normal prompt. So when it comes to narrow context, in the same prompt, when you convert in the narrow context, like adding some more specific information. For example, summarize the text for a second grade student. Like you are specifying, so that text should be understandable by the second grade student. And next, narrowing the context. So next, making the AI easy to understand what you are asking for. And next, write a code using the Python to calculate the simple interest. And what are the things we have to have in the code, that thing we can mention, so it will add you, I have told you, right? So more specific. So validate input and include exceptional handling. So if you give like this, the number of attempts or time may be reduced. And for example, if you had a paid subscription, you will be having only limited time, I told you, right? So at that time your expertise will be appreciated if if you have done so. So these are the narrow context examples. And next we have prompt patterns. So where you can provide an input pattern so that AI will understand you are expecting these kind of patterns as an output. So then like an example, just as an as example, then it is used those use those kind of learnings and in the upcoming results. Okay, so example you can see, if you see the example you will understand better. Next, I have given four examples: cat as crow, and lion, cheetah as a omnivorous, and two-legged animal, eagle. And I am asking him AI that about peacock and jackal. So it will give the answers as a resultant, as what I am expecting. Unless until I have given these examples or patterns before, I have just asked about peacock and jackal. It will not able to give me answers in this format. It will just give me a paragraph about peacock and jackal, and what is the relation between those two. Maybe that information AI will produce for me, but not like this pattern. Only if I mention the AI about this pattern, it will give me the results in that pattern itself. So this is how the prompt pattern works. So next we'll have like model behavior. So we can make the model behave like something. So for example, it will generally behave like an AI assistant, like an AI. So but I want to him to work as an like mathematician or doctor, or we can tell him as a teacher to a second grade student. Teacher, consider you as a second grade student and tell me about earth. So the second grade student should be know about earth a minimal amount of information, so that will be produced. So like that. So consider like as an geologist and tell me about earth in a short paragraph. It will tell in the concept of as an a geologist, in the view of that geologist, it will tell that crust, core and mantle crust, those things, like a technical for information in a geographical way. It will tell them, give the paragraph. The same AI, if you ask him to behave like a botanist, you are a botanist, I am giving a prompt like you are a botanist, describe the earth in a short paragraph. It will give you a paragraph which is quite different from the previous paragraph. Here you will get in a natural vatic form, like beautiful and diverse place full of color and vast planets, plants and those. You can see the difference between this paragraph and this paragraph. Like AI is behaving as a different role role change is happening. We call this expert persona. So this is the concept of how a model should behave. You have to mention like that, or you can tell that like consider like you are an expert in expert in SEO. Mention like what are the tips you can give for a YouTuber, like that. So you can give any role to a AI for better results what you are expecting, like that. And next, providing additional information. So yes, providing additional information will give you more specific outputs. For example, if you give like generate code to add two numbers, you will get the result in Java language. But the same prompt, when you mention like using Python language, your code will be in Python language. So more specific instruction we have to give to model to get results in required results. So until unless you are specifying the requirements, you will be not getting the specific outputs which you are looking for. So additional information providing is important in while you are giving the prompt to the AI. And next, the parameters which the whatever called as results may differ is parameters. Yeah, models, they are the text models are there and code models are there. As of now, the latest text model is text Devancy 003 and code Devancy 002 in chat GPT. We can open playgrounds, then only we can have these options of setting kind of things. Unless until you have open playgrounds, if you are in a chat GPT chat board, you will be not having able to have to set these options. Only here itself you can able to set the options. So you can go with a paid subscription which is chat GPT 4 kind of thing. which will have less time it will take. It will give results at fast movement. So the one point which you have to remember is we have to consider latest models or latest available models only for best results. And next, top temperature and top P are the two things which will be seen. So we have to use lower temperatures and top P values to get deterministic and non random results. For example, like uh, to get correct results, we have to use lower values of temperature and top P. If you go with the higher temperatures of these things, it will take more risk and generate variety of content. So it will be not that accurate or what you are looking for. So like that, so better to take lower values of temperature and top P. And next, to understand more what I have told is right. So lower values is nothing but near zero or 0 or near to 0. So that will give non-random behavior of the model. Just like entropy is higher, you will be getting randomness in your results, or result may be getting error or the response error in the response. So quite different responses you will be get if you increase the temperature. So similar with the top P, if you given the lower values, your randomness will be decreases. If you give high value, the randomness will increase, and more tokens in the output will be there. Like more results you will be getting. If you increase the top P, you will be getting limited results with limited number of tokens. Tokens is nothing but number of words we can call it as, or content we can call it as. So adjusting these two temperature properties or parameters in a model, you will be getting different results. So you can keep checking with different values until you will get the required results. So this is temperature and top P. And next one, a few more guidelines you have to know about ChatGPT in the prompt engineering is, so correct learning techniques. You can make a AI understand, learn from your examples. So that thing. And next, designing the prompt in effective way. So writing techniques, uh, writing the prompt in a particular design so that the AI will understand and give you correct results. So let's understand each and everything in detail. So these things, so firstly we have a zero shot. So learning technique of zero shot is nothing but zero shot means there is no shot, is nothing but example. Consider the shot is nothing but example. Zero shot is no examples. Without examples, we if you are giving a prompt, we call it as a zero shot. So for example, give me an interview questions for software developer, or what are the steps involved in software development life cycle, or give me a YouTube content for a digital marketing course. So what are the concepts we can do? So like this, any question, whatever the question we are asking, it comes under zero shot. Without example, just your random question you are questioning. So it will able to answer you the question. For example, if the AI is not able to answer that question, it is not trained on particular question, even though it will answer you any particular thing which you know about that particular. For example, how to build a house on the moon, you have asked that question. So it is not trained to build a house and what are the steps involved in it, even though it will give you some content related to the question which you are asking. So this is how the chat gpt respond to the zero shot questions. Let's see one more example for zero shot. For example, it is not trained for, as like is GPT-3 trained to list types of corals? No, it is not trained to list of type, but you can set temperature 0.7 on top P. So it will give the like it will think with itself. Like it is not trained, but it will provide with the relevant information, like how it is done with previous example. Like it is not trained to build a house on the moon, but however it has given some information related to that based upon the content it has trained on. The same way, it can list you the five types of corals based upon the thing which it has trained. So giving temperatures will able to give you the answers. So it can think in a creative way even if it is not able to answer. So that is one zero shot. And next we have one shot, which means exactly one example to give the context. If you're providing an example and asking the AI give me in the same way, it will give you in the same way. For example, in the previous in the before slides we have seen like give me a word, user is giving like biscuit, jam. You are getting like you have given one example, one shot is there, one example is given, and then the same pattern kind of examples we are getting as results. So you will be having task description first. So it will providing you an example with special addition function wherein each operand is multiplied with 2 before performing the operation. So it's a special addition where we are multiplying with 2. So we are doing the special addition here. We are providing the giving the prompt and giving the example and answer also. So example input is there and then answer is there. So let's see how model generates a matching output with using first one shot. So it is creating another example like special subtraction a comma b written 2 comma a, it is giving that. So and then special addition it is special multiplication also happening here. So this is how we can do. So you have given addition and you are asking about the special subtraction, and it has given you that, and in the same way it will give special multiplication also. Like this AI will understand what you are asking by providing the AI one example, that is called one shot. It's a learning technique for the learning techniques for prompt. And next we have a few shots, like giving one or more shots, more than one example we call it as a few shot learning techniques in the prompt engineering. So where we are listing the national international days on various dates. So January 1 we are mentioning all the important dates on January up to January 26th we have given. So now after looking this pattern, AI will understand you are expecting the various national international days, so it will give the results in the same way. So this is a few short example, like more than one example. January 1 New Year, for January 4 World Burial Day. So we have given two or more shots. So it give the same in the way as an output. But the same thing we can't achieve with one short response. So if you have given user 1 January New Year, so what you are and you are given this prompt and you are expecting like various national language international, it is not understand, right? So AI will not understand you are expecting this particular thing from this prompt. So it will give you this response: Happy New Year, May 2023, bring you joy and peace like prosperity. So AI will not understand what you are asking. So it will give you these results only. So what you want to achieve national international days is not achieved by using one shot. It can be achieved only by using few shot. That is more than one example pattern wise. So you not get desired output with one shot learning in this case. So whatever the results which you want, so based upon that requirement, you can choose what type of shot you want. So when to use how many shots, you can usually go with a 0. So if you are not getting desired result which you are looking for, then you go for one shot, and still your requirement is not achieved, then you go for few shots like that. So these usually 0 or few shot learning can be determined by availability of training data. So next, complexity of problem it had. So how simple your task is, you can go with fewer examples. So no need of much example. So how complex your task is going, so more examples must be needed to AI to understand what you are expecting, right? So this is how you can consider like decide what type of shot you want to give to your AI. So next we have design techniques. So now up to now we have seen learning techniques. So now design techniques to give effective prompt. What type of prompt we can give? The similar way, like I told you, right? Show and tell. First show the AI like what you are expecting with an example. Then you can tell them to give what are the you are looking for. Examples helps the model understand what you are exactly looking for, just like a game of charades. The performing players give the hints to the guessing players. Example, you work with your hints to the model come up with a more fitting completion. So more relevant or fitting completion, you should give the AI some examples. For example, human as a user, give giving prompt like give superlatives. Example, height. You are giving example as an answer, like height, short, tall and tallest, like where forms I want to get. So in the same way, now I want to get width. So AI can able to give you in that format also. In that pattern itself, narrowed, widest, human. If your user is asking about distance, short, long, longest, it will give. If you are asking about age, young, old, oldest, you have already provided the pattern which you are expecting. If you ask about superlatives, if you have given a word, the same way follows. So the same thing, if you want to achieve without giving an example, like give superlatives about distance. So what are the superlatives about distance? That will give you like longest and shortest, Example, great mortal journey is the longest distance and shortest will be the blink of eye. It will give you like that. So AI will not understand you are asking about superlatives like this, v1 v2 it. So the same thing happens as the patterns as a due, right? So this is one shot, like one example you are providing. So this is show and tell design technique, we call it as. First we have to show the AI what you are expecting and then ask the question which you want for what value you want. And next, quality of data you have to remember, like your prompt should be clear so that AI will understand. And if you have to write AI in a big language or with mistakes, it will not understand, it will not provide you correct results, right? So ensure quality of data, like simple and plain language, and do not write complex prompts to achieve area goals at a time. Two prompts at a time, so mixing of prompts, don't make it a complex, let it be simple. And next, don't use shorthand notations like or symbolic languages, like example, answer ans for question qus, for output o slash p, for input I slash p, or for equal to is equal to, like that we don't use. So make your prompt clear and clean and simple. And next, specify that expected length, how much paragraph you want, for example, or outcome, in which language you want, or in which format you want, in a friendable way or a conversational way, or what type of tone you want, like a harsh way or in a polite way, what type of way. If you want to write in a email, how polite it will be, or if you it's a requesting, or like tone you can mention whenever you need it, you can specify the uh, type of requirement you can specify, so that your content will be that relevant. So for example, sees here, for example, if you have just asking like quite, you want to get a quite from given as a quite as a prompt, it will give some results, like website says a good. I want to more specific about that quote, like tell me a quote I have told. So the website says it's a good fit for, I don't want that website says or everything, I just want a quote, tell me a quote. So you can't judge a book by its cover. And next, I'm adding some more qualifier to your request, like I'm adding some more specific, like tell me a positive quote. So it will give me a positive code, not a not a random code, but a positive code. If your mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. By Muhammad Ali, include the author. So like that, or you can make customize like by this particular author only, like narrower content, like more specific. Tell me a positive quote by Dalai Lama. Like if you want to be happy, practice compassion, like that. So we can make more specific by maintaining the quality of data in input as a prompt. So this is one of the thing. And next, one more thing which you have to check is model settings, as we have already discussed. Temperature and topic determine how predictable the model is in providing a response. So how you can vary these settings so that resultants will be getting. So from that you can choose which is more appropriate for your requirement, like that. So maintaining lower values can give you deterministic outputs. So maintaining higher values will go to take more risks or generate variety of content in your results. So these are about designing techniques to write a effective prompt. And next, there are some more guidelines, like using latest models and specifying the intent, giving instructions, and input text, output nudges, giving model identity as a behavior, as I told you. Next, avoid typos in prompts. If there is a typing mistakes or any ununderstandable codes in your prompt, so system is not able to understand, not able to give you correct results. And you can specify the output format, if you want the format in this language or in this model or in this tone, like that you can specify. And next, you can teach the model to respond with I don't know, like if you don't know, you should not tell like this, you can tell like this. You can also teach the model, and you can give the rules, like if this is the this kind, you can take that, like you can give the particular rules like that by before following the problem, like that. Next, making a conversational model, if you can create a conversation, you can create, or you can take a previous example, from that example you can modify this, like that you can tell. And you can understand the limitations of model so that you can achieve better. Like limitations is nothing but model is trained up to particular time only. For example, latest model is trained only up to January 2023 only. If you ask at recent news, it is unable to tell you that today's trending concepts, like that. So You should understand like what you are asking it, and how you are training it should be aware of that. So it is trained on large amount of data, it may not contain recent updates, and less probably in nature and correctness. So you should not go bluntly with the outputs given by the AI. You should need a supervisor to check those inputs. So you can't put the code which is given by AI directly into production, so it will give you a loss. So a expert should be there to check the outputs. And it is also possible to mislead by an incorrect input or prompt. So if you have been given correct inputs, the output may results not accurate. So limitations of large language models should be aware of before dealing with this. So now we have covered only a most important topics in prompt engineering. In the upcoming video I can able to give some more examples and a better clear way, deep examples in prompt engineering for all these uh, guidelines or points. I can tell you that thing. And also I will be planning to have more videos on text completion and as well as code completion. Related to code completion, coming to software development life cycle, we can create prompts in every field like testing, development, and designing. So how ChatGPT or text or code completions can be used in software life cycle, we are going to make videos on that one by one. And also what are the trending AIs present in that, and how different domain people are using ChatGPT in different ways. So what are those and everything, we are going to make videos line by line. So hope you will be joining us in this journey. For that you only have to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so that you will never miss any videos from us. And if you like this video, give a big thumbs up below, and that will definitely boost me up to make much more videos within a less time. And also share these videos to your friends who don't know about prompt engineering everything. We have explained everything in a very detailed manner and clear way with a simple English. Hope they will definitely understand. Share this videos to your friends and colleagues who are at looking for prompt engineering courses. And comment down below if you have any doubts regarding this prompt engineering and what are the concepts we have discussed far now till now. And let us know what the next video you are expecting related to this chat GPT and everything. Comment down below. And if you like this video, let me know in the comment section in a positive comment. So I will definitely be happy for that. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.